This episode of Funky Fitness Now is made possible by listeners like you. Get exclusive rewards and more by visiting funkyfitnessnow.com/support. Funky Fitness Now, episode 47. Kooky Wacky, Wonky side effects.
Ooh, I wonder what color I'm going to urinate today.
Welcome to Funky Fitness Now, where every week we take a look at some of the creative, unusual, and crazy things people do to get fit. We have a lot of fun, and occasionally we even learn something. So fasten your weight belt. It's time for Funky Fitness Now. Here are your hosts, Steve Stearns and Jessica Bailey.
Hi, and welcome to Funky Fitness Now. I'm Steve Stearns from Outside Health and Fitness, and I am kooky, wacky, and wonky, and excited that you are here tonight because we're talking all about side effects. You know that long list of fast things that people say at the end of the TV commercials? That's what we're talking about. Speaking of long lists and fast things that people say, my co-host from Sassy Girl Fitness NYC, Jessica Bailey.
Hi, I have a very long list of things that I need to discuss.
All right. I hope they're kooky, wacky, and wonky, too.
Of course, they would be kooky, wacky, and wonky.
Fanbabulous.
Oh, my God. I can't believe you just said that out loud. That was awesome.
I know. Usually I keep those to myself.
Yeah, it's good. You write it in your diary and all that.
Yeah, fanbabulous.
It's good. All right, well, on today's show, you're going to discover how you could lose your fingerprints.
And a fun way to make your pee way more interesting.
And how the movie Twilight meets the movie Blade. Before we get started tonight, we want to make sure that you know that we're not endorsing any of the therapies, exercise programs, equipment, ideas, foods, or supplements that we're sharing with you on the show.
Right. If you hear something that we're talking about and you think that it might be something you'd like to try, we'd like you to check with your doctor first because it's always a good idea to get their kooky, wacky, wonky okay before you start any new exercise or diet plan.
All right. So the first thing I want to talk to you tonight is about vanishing fingerprints.
Ooh.
It's very, very rare, but there is a slight possibility that fingerprints might vanish through the use of this cancer drug. Okay, I'm going to say a word that I can't pronounce, and I want you to just work with me here. It's called capecitabine.
Capecitabine.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I went to school with that girl. Capecitabine.
Which is also known as, okay, here's another word that's difficult for me to say. Exoliada. Okay, great. Okay. All right. It was first discovered when this man from Singapore was detained when entering the United States because of his lack of fingerprints. All because he was using this drug.
How can that be? How can a drug take your fingerprints away? I don't understand that. That's really weird.
Right? And like, I guess several other cancer patients who have used this drug experience the same side effect, losing fingerprints.
Now, do you think the bad guys are listening to this going, oh, we should get the drug and then we can go break in someplace and steal a bunch of stuff because we won't leave fingerprints? Or are they just kind of going, dude, let's just get some gloves?
Okay, first of all, I don't think that the bad guys, who are the bad guys? I don't even know. But they're probably not listening to Funky Fitness Now.
You don't think so? They're not picking up bad guy tips from Funky Fitness Now?
They're like, you know what? Let's listen to Funky Fitness Now and get some tips on how we can be really bad.
Yeah.
Probably not.
You guys shut up. It's on.
No, it's probably not. And who are the bad guys? I don't know.
They mostly work for the government.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you. Now that you've made that clear, I know who the bad guys are.
Right.
So this drug, capecitabine, whatever, I'm probably like totally mispronouncing that, but whatever. Let's just say it is called that.
Capecitabine.
It has a side effect known as the hand-foot syndrome, which involves chronic inflammation of palms or your soles, leading to the peeling of skin off of these surfaces, which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So it causes blisters, and that in turn means you lose your fingerprints.
Wow. That is a bizarre side effect right there. And I don't think that's one I've ever heard on the TV when they read their long list and go really fast.
when they're like, hey, you might die, anal leakage,
Right.
vanishing fingerprints.
Yeah, you never hear the vanishing fingerprints. The anal leakage seems to stand out.
Right.
You know,
The anal linkage does seem to stand out. You know what, though? I never noticed anal linkage.
you always say linkage.
I know. I always say linkage. It must be something that I really want to say.
I think so.
Until you brought it up one time, and now I want to hear it.
It's everywhere. It's, you know, you hear it like in cereal commercials or, you know, it doesn't matter what you're listening to. It's like, darn it, that gives you anal leakage. Everything does.
Right. Eating Lucky Charms, you
Yeah.
get anal leakage.
It's amazing. That's right. Hair club for men, anal leakage. Whatever. I don't know. Well, that sounds like a pretty amazing side effect, and I've got one here too. Imagine this, okay? So you have to go relieve yourself, and you go into the bathroom, and as you start to pee, you notice that your pee is more like a rainbow. Then maybe some weird music starts to play, and the room kind of gets a little foggy, and you kind of go, hey, maybe I'm at Woodstock. I don't know, but I do know that my pee is all the colors of the rainbow. What the heck? Well, if this does happen to you, you are on drugs because this is a side effect of some certain types of drugs. They metabolize in your system, and they basically, the dye in the drug leaches out into your urine and can make your pee all kinds of different colors.
Oh, okay. Do you get all the colors at the same time, or every time you go, you're like, ooh, do you think it'll be pink today? Maybe it'll be blue. What color will my urine be today?
That is a great question. It would be awesome if you could get all of them at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
And maybe
But
if you're on enough drugs, it could possibly happen, I suppose.
Okay, first of all, I think it's awesome. But second, I don't want anyone to be on that many drugs because that means they're really sick.
No.
Right?
That's true.
No.
That's true. No.
But what would be kind of fun is to be like, ooh, I wonder what color I'm going to urinate today. And you could take bets.
Yeah, there are some pretty amazing colors. And there's also some colors that if you see them, particularly if you're not on drugs, you might want to go see your doctor. But I'll talk about those in a second. Oh, now this is going to be great because I get to say all these drug names. You ready?
Okay. Yes,
right.
I'm ready.
All right. So if you have a urinary tract infection and you are on the drug pyridium, you might see orange, like hunting season. If you are treating a UTI with the drug, it's also a good idea to take your contact lenses out because it can stain those orange as well.
Does the pee splash back into your eyes? What happens?
While you're bent over looking and going, what color is that? Apparently, it can dye. Somehow, it comes through your eye and dyes your contact lenses.
That would be so bizarre.
Ah, crazy.
That would freak me out.
Yes.
First of all, okay, let's talk about how weird this would be. So I wear one contact lens because I have one bad eye.
Okay, that's already weird.
I know. So I know it's totally bizarre. Whatever. We can talk about that on another episode. Okay.
Whatever.
So I would have one orange eye and one green eye. Ooh,
Yes.
That would be funky. Maybe that's a great Halloween costume.
Yeah, that's right. And someone could go, well, what are you? And you can go, I got a UTI infection. Now, you might see some other amazing colors, like red. That one comes from a chemo drug called doxorubicin.
Okay. Is everything the color red?
Your pee is red.
Oh, your pee is red. Oh, yeah. I thought that you would see red and your pee is red.
No, your pee is red, which would freak me out anyway. I don't want my pee to be red. You know what I'm saying?
No, because you think that you're bleeding internally. This is not good.
No, it's not good at all. Okay, now here's another one. If you think red is bad, another color you probably don't want to see is black, right?
Oh, no, I don't want black pee.
Ugh, terrible. Now, this one's pretty bizarre, though, because it only happens if the toilet bowl has been cleaned with bleach. So if you are taking this drug called methyldopa, which is used to treat high blood pressure in pregnant women, you urinate and it turns black, but only if the toilet bowl has been cleaned with bleach.
Interesting. So you could really catch your partner that you live with, whether they clean the toilet or not. You're like, listen, my pee ain't black.
I can't believe that's where you went with that. I was thinking,
yeah.
where's she going with this thing? That's pretty elaborate, though.
Right?
It's like, so your roommate, you're going like, I'm not sure they're cleaning the toilet bowl. I'm going to go get a pregnant woman and give her this high blood pressure medication and have her come over here and pee. Aha! I caught you.
Right? It's a lot of steps, but you know what? They will never expect it.
They'd never expect it. It's like, what are you doing with that pregnant woman?
Be like, she's just peeing in the bathtub.
Yeah. You just keep doing what you're doing. I'm just taking her in here for a second.
Excuse me, I said bathtub and you...
Bathtub.
She's peeing in the bathtub.
Yeah, the bathtub's not clean. The sink isn't clean. What are you doing around here? She have her to pee everywhere.
I'm going to have her pee everywhere and just so I can find out.
Now, the only other... Well, there's actually two more colors I've got to talk to you about. Green. That's from the muscle relaxant methocarbamol. Sounds like I made that one up, but I didn't. And then Uracid, a bladder infection drug, can turn your urine blue.
Oh, interesting.
Right. So might be kind of sad.
And I would like to congratulate you on your pronunciation of these words.
I worked very hard on those.
I'm really impressed. I cannot say the words properly at all, but you're doing a good job.
I'm just making them up as I go.
All right, let's get serious. If you were looking to get rid of a nasty bacterial infection while still maintaining your job as a vampire on the set of the next Twilight film, what would you do?
Drink blood? I don't know.
Good. Okay. Well, you could take the drug Levaquin. I think...
Levaquin. You said that with so much confidence. Levaquin?
You could take it Levaquin. I think. I don't know. If I say it softly, maybe no one will notice I'm mispronouncing the word. I don't know.
Right. So what is Levaquin for?
Okay. It's for the treatment of bacterial infections. That's exactly what it is. So it's got this side effect that's known as phototoxicity. Yeah, okay. You know, it's like a disorder like lupus results in the almost immediate sunburn, like a 3rd-degree burn.
Oh.
And it can even result in ruptured tendons.
Oh.
Ironically, this bizarre side effect may require treatment from the very medication that caused it in the first place.
Okay, that is weird. So
right?
So you're taking the medication which causes this affliction, and then you have to, in order to get rid of that, take the medicine again?
Exactly.
That sounds like a drug manufacturer's dream.
I know. I mean, I'm not sure, but most of these drugs are very expensive. So I can only imagine that it is, not easy on the wallet.
Wow, that is the craziest thing I've ever heard. A drug that causes a side effect that is only cured by the same drug.
Yep.
Wow.
Much.
I can't even figure out in my head how that works.
I don't know. You're going to have to ask the makers of Levaquin.
Levaquin. And I also have no concept what this has to do with Twilight.
Because in Twilight, if the vampire goes out into the sun, he starts beams of light reflect off of his skin. And so, he has photosensitivity.
Speaking of vampires, we have launched a Patreon campaign, and we're really excited to tell you about it.
We just want to make it clear that there are no strange side effects from listening to us talk. And some of the more unusual things and ideas that people are doing to stay fit and active can be found on Patreon.
That's right, and that's why we'd like to ask you for your support. And we've set up your Patreon page where you can become a Funky Fitness fan and help make this show possible. You can also keep it ad-free, which is a great side effect. And on your page, you'll find some really cool rewards like behind-the-scenes videos and bonus content.
And you will get to hear about all this strange stuff before anyone else. That means early release dates of episodes, personalized videos, and a bunch of other cool, funky stuff.
And wonky stuff. So visit funkyfitnessnow.com/support and become a Funky Fitness fan now. We really appreciate it.
Be sure to check out the show notes to read about these weird side effects.
Yes. So what do we have coming up next week?
Next week, we're going to talk about weird winter sports.
Well, that's good because it's cold.
It is cold.
All right. Well, until next time, I'm Steve Stearns.
And I'm Jessica Bailey saying stay fit and funky.
Thanks for for listening to the show. If you haven't already, make sure you visit funkyfitnessnow.com for more of the weird, wild, and kooky things people do to stay fit. While you're there, be sure to sign up for our weekly newsletter so you never miss an episode. See you next week.